Wait, I require opening my character sheet.
Good job.
Lermy!
Alright then, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to begin. And so, I'm going to start from the very beginning of the actual story, because for once I'm actually running a story, which is a nice improvement. The others heard this just a bit ago, but I'll repeat it just to, so everyone is sure. In the days of your great-grandfathers, a lich, his apprentice, and a clan of outcast warlocks and bandits sought to conquer Eberron by making the lich a god. A rift was opened up in the fabric of the world as a battery to fuel their machinations. 3 golems were created from this rift, one of steel and obsidian, one of unmelting ice, and one of living flesh, and they would be the tools to control this rift. Trying to stop them, a paladin, a mage, and a rogue led an assault on this lich, breaking through and scattering his forces, and destroying them. The lich had thought himself a cunning being and sent his golems away while he had time to restore himself, but the mage, more cunning by half, saw through this, finding and destroying the phylactery of the lich. When finally night fell upon the trio, now good friends through hardship, found themselves to be weakened both physically and mentally. The defeat of the lich had brought about the closing of the rift, but they feared that this would not be the last. Certainly not everyone was destroyed. And so, as the sun rose, they each swore an oath of blood, signed a pact, and scribed tattoos upon themselves, ensuring that when the time came once more, they would return to finish their duty. And then they went their separate ways, most of the land unaware that it had ever been in danger. And the stories quickly shuffled into the backs of libraries. Not even a legend, and barely a rumor. One day, however, you each find a tattoo on your arm where none was before. A tugging at the corner of your mind sends you out of your homes, gathering what supplies you can, and leaving behind any friends and family. And that is how the story begins. But you will find yourselves, as most adventures begin, in a tavern. And this is a tavern in a little village by the water, known as Brokenhome. So, you've all arrived in Brokenhome, drawn to it by your markings. It's a pretty small village, like if you're looking around you can see it, there are about only 40 homes in the entire thing. There's a tavern, an inn, and a decrepit watchtower sort of off to the side, with a small house at the base of it. It's been starting to rain, but it's the kind of warm summer rain that gets kind of humid and a bit unpleasant. So, you've all met in this inn, and it didn't take long for your tattoos to identify each of you. Everyone is tattooed except for Lermy, who appears to have come in the company of someone. So, first of all, why don't you introduce your characters?
Begin from the left, probably.
According to this screen, yeah, sure. Thomas, who are you?
Thomas, go back.
Oh, okay.
Stop messing around. Go on. What's your character, Thomas?
I'm a ghoul ninja.
Do you want to perhaps,
Go on, elaborate.
Elaborate on that? You're a ghoul ninja, and...
Out for revenge on all necromancers.
And your name is?
Mr. Kidney.
And what race were you before you became a ghoul?
A drow.
There you have it. So you are, in sense, a drow ghoul ninja by the name of Mr. Kidney, and you want all necromancers dead. You have a tattoo, and it's located on your arm, and...
My face.
It's pretty obvious. It's the tattoo just looks like a bunch of swells, but every now and again they'll move if you look at them for long enough. It's kind of hypnotizing if you just look for long enough. But next of all, Josh, who's your character?
So my character is a drow called Kel. She is a reporter for the. She's a field reporter for the Skarn Inquisition, which is one of like the newspapers style things with Eberron. She has the tattoo located on her hand, the back of her hand, back of the right hand. Guess
Yep.
It doesn't really matter, but you know,
It's on a hand. Yep, that's reasonable enough.
she kind of looks like a normal like adventurer. Really, like she's got like it's kind of like her clothing, sort of like high city, but not like super nobility or anything like that. It's like just a little bit high class.
You're a little bit well-to-do.
Yeah, rocking a repeating crossbow, various throwing axes, and a longsword.
Yeah, it's all good. And what's your class, by the way?
Oh, a combination of scout and lurk, which is the psionic class.
Okay, great. And next, Ronith, who are you?
My character is Eberron Gremlast, and he is a favored soul who worships the Devourer, which is kind of an evil dragon god, but...
Turtle Dragon. He's the god of the
He's a
Sahuagin.
dragon turtle dragon thing. Yeah, he is a dragonborn, and before he was a dragonborn, he was a halfling, so he's still pretty short. Basically, how you become a Dragonborn is that you get reborn as a Dragonborn. It's like its own race, but you're still like pretty much the same size as your previous race.
It's a modifier for your old race.
Yeah. So
Like
I'm a
the-
Halfling Dragonborn. I am a favorite soul, as I said, and I have a lot of healing power. I am basically the support, kind of
Yeah.
our team.
But you
I am
can hit pretty damn hard.
I can, because favorite souls are pretty good. I am rocking a trident, a two-handed trident, and my special item that we got to choose is a ever-burning lantern.
All right. And last of all, we have Greg's character, who I will mention is not one of the tattooed, but came in the company of Ronith's character.
Yes.
Indeed. I am Lernbel Cushroll. I am an ogre dragonborn, and I am essentially the manservant of Ronith's character.
He's also a man-child.
It's true, I am a man-child. Think, what's the guy's name of Mice
Lemmy.
and Men? Lemmy.
Lenny. Is
Le-
it Lenny?
Lenny.
Lemmy.
Le-
Something
Lenny.
like that.
Lenny from of Mice and Men. I'm big, brutish, really dumb, but actually quite sweet when you get to know me.
Yeah, I mean, your charisma is too low to actually be intimidating. You just look kind of like that hapless idiot child.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which is why I keep him around.
Yep.
Really.
I'm there to, keep him safe. He told me to stay behind, but I was like, nope, and I followed him.
He didn't understand.
Mostly because you didn't understand the order of stay behind.
And my character was like, fuck it, I'm not gonna keep him.
I carry around a huge spiky shield that I use to beat people to death.
Yep.
Basically.
And also, you have a certain other specialty. It's not exactly what you would call a weapon, but it's just as good.
Just about everything is a weapon, basically.
But everything is a club. So if you were to, for instance, steal a Zweihander, you could use it as an improvised club.
Correct.
Because he'd be
Because
holding the blade.
Yes. And it wouldn't even hurt him because he's that tough.
Correct.
All right then.
That's pretty much me.
So you make the usual introductions. You make sure that everyone knows what's going on here. The tattoos help identify you. You get the usual idea that these guys know their way around the block. I'm just going to put a quick out of character aside. These characters are all starting at level 3 for the simple reason that I hate level 1 encounters. Like you're all skilled. You've been there before. You've been around the block in multiple senses in some cases. And
Lemmy hasn't.
you never know. Some people might like them big.
Technically, I am a level 1, but I'm also an ogre, so it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, you were a modified level 3 or 4, I forget.
He wanted to be extremely strong, so he paid the price.
He did. He paid the price in vast amounts of his intelligence and charisma points.
Yeah.
Okay, and while you're all sitting there, you order a couple of drinks, the innkeeper gets their attention and asks if any of you have any experience in dealing with witches.
Yes,
No.
I do.
No.
Okay, then.
No!
Necromancers usually bang witches, so...
Wow.
The innkeeper looks, he looks a little bit shocked by this statement. He goes, well, you see, travelers, there's this woman, she's been here for a particularly long time, and really not much of a source of trouble. However, some weeks ago, she began screaming something fierce. I mean, it's a small village, we're all able to reach her, but no one have had the courage to go to her. One child did, however, go up to her home and returned in tears, unsure as to why. I mean, if you look at the home, it nothing seems out of the ordinary, but I was wondering if you could take a look, because it's getting to be quite a concern.
Sounds interesting, at least.
Sure, dude.
The innkeeper nods and he goes, well, of course I would offer a free drink on the house if you were to do me just this favor.
Drink!
It's a-
I'll get
It's-
up and leave.
okay.
As soon as I get
the innkeeper
outside,
blinks and nods and he...
I will
nods
look
at the rest of
both
you.
ways and then come back in. Wacko!
The innkeeper nods again and he goes, okay, regarding your friend's confusion there, did you notice the broken down tower? It's just a few blocks down.
Cool.
I assume we
Alright.
did, like, that's something that was
I
obvious when
took
we were heading
Yeah,
into
yeah.
the village.
You see it as you enter.
Yeah,
he,
okay.
he nods and says, her home is just down there next to the tower. You can't miss it. Little cottage. Usually has a fireplace going, so you should see some smoke, even though it's dreadfully heated out here. And so he says that he'll have your drinks waiting for you and ready for when you return.
Excellent.
Right.
I use some merchant slang as a parting. We part ways. I use some merchant slang. Say goodbye in polite manners.
Yep, the innkeeper fist bumps, and then he goes back to his work. The usual, he goes back to his bar, starts wiping it down, cleaning it up, cleaning mugs, getting some jerky, and, leaves you to your work. So what are you going to do then?
Well, we will head to the tower, most likely.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yep.
Okay then, so it's really not a long walk, because as you said, it's like a couple of blocks down, and this tower, it is impossible to miss. It's very broken down, like there's no way into it. It looks just sort of like a desiccated scouting tower. There's nothing particularly stand out about it. You want to take a look around, perhaps?
Sure, advance onwards.
Okay then, right next to the... no, you don't have to move onwards on the actual map, my friend. That's actually that's a later map.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yep, sorry. This is still talky parts. It's all good. As you reach this tower, you can see this house that's just nestled up against it. It looks like part of the wall has been built against the tower, although this might just be because of laziness. Or maybe there was a normal wall there before and the house sagged, because it's looking a little bit old. It's a bit decrepit. There's a window shutter that's hanging off on one hinge. Someone want to take the usual, spots perception checks, that kind of thing?
Yeah, sure. I'll take a spot and a listen.
All right then.
All right.
That's my spot and listen. Oh man, I should probably do it.
Yeah, you're pretty good at those.
Go right ahead.
Mine are okay as well, but
Mine are pretty bad.
Okay, that was my listen, and this is my spot. Great. Just great.
Okay then. Well, you don't hear anything, that's for sure. Although you do notice like the little flutter of a curtain in the corner next to one of these down shutters.
I got a natural 20 on the spot, 26, and I got 20 total for the listen.
Okay, yeah, you're pretty certain that you saw someone who was looking out that curtain a second ago, but you got no look at their features. It's still just ever so slightly shifting. So you're certain that there is someone home.
What about the listen? I got 20 total.
It just looks like a home. The walls might just be too thick for any sound.
No, listen.
Yeah,
It doesn't
no
look
sound
like
comes out.
Yeah, there's no sound like, but there's still
Alright.
the usual background noise of birds and chirping in the trees. And
I will approach the door
okay, then go right ahead.
and knock.
Your knuckles barely touch the door before it opens, revealing a powerful, relatively tall-looking woman. And she's pretty shapely, strong face, 1d20 hips, not a bad chest.
Wow.
And she blinks a few times, just trying to take in your appearance. And she appears to be looking at your arm, in fact. She goes, yes, I don't know if you're the one I was waiting for. And she tries to glance around past Lemmy. The others, in sight.
Yeah, at least I was close enough to the house.
Okay, then she takes a quick
slowly
glance
walk
over.
up.
Yeah, she takes a
I'm
quick
right
glance
behind
over
Levy.
your weird group and notices then that you do have the tattoos, and her face brightens up completely, and she drops whatever axe she seems to be holding. Her voice isn't croaky at all. She's actually, quite sweet voiced, probably a lot younger than she looks as well. The ravages of witchhood.
It's a witch, of course.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll make her
she's-
my bitch.
She's a classy woman.
Wow.
And she goes, yes, it's about damn time. I've been waiting here for weeks. Absolute weeks. And she moves out the way of the doorway and sort of indicates she will walk in.
I follow her in then.
I follow in. Can Greg even get inside the door?
Actually, he would have to crouch and squeeze. He just about can, but he'd probably be better off just sitting out by the door and listening.
Yeah, I'll just sit
I
outside.
stay outside with
I'll
Lemmy
sit against the wall. And
in
listen.
the
Okay.
shadow.
Okay, cool. All right, then. Well, yes, I suppose your big friend probably doesn't want to quite come in here. And she bustles around and holds out a pot of tea. She really was prepared, apparently, and pours out a couple of cups and hands them out.
I'm going for while she's doing this, sense motive.
Okay. Go ahead.
Oh, I should probably do that as well.
What's my sense motive? Oh, +8. Nice. That's 22.
Okay, well, to you she appears kind of stressed, but her intentions look genuine.
Okay.
So she hands out the tea, and you can choose to drink it, whether or not, or look for it for reasons, whatever.
I
you
don't
choose to do.
drink it.
You don't drink it? Okay, no
No.
problem. She doesn't even seem to notice this fact. She doesn't seem offended at the very least. She goes, look, I'm afraid that there isn't very much time. There's, a lot to cover, and I really did expect you a lot earlier than this. And she instantly just jumps right into the story, the backstory of your tattoos, because she points them out as she goes, though not pointing at Thomas because he's sat outside.
I point out that it's a very interesting way She called us here by screaming. What was that all about?
She blinks, pausing partway through her story, figuring that you've actually heard most of it before anyway. She rubs her arm, looks a little bit sheepish. That there was... It came upon her like a sight, a vision, a very, very long and unsettling one. It happened as she fell to sleep, and she awoke with just terrible, terrifying visions. There was a child who came by not long after she'd woken screaming, and the air was ablaze with psychic energy, and it freaked that kid out, and it ran away crying. But that's generally what's happened, otherwise she's been left in peace since. She's aware that bad things are about to happen, and it was your job to get to it.
Interesting.
All right.
And she offers to make her explanation a little bit more obvious, but she says that it would involve a little bit of the usual psionic touching. She does the finger wiggle as though, it's just a casual joke to her. And does anyone accept?
What exactly?
She just explains, it's a lot easier to pass on a story if they're in physical contact and it goes into their head. Like, it's much easier to impart a vision.
I'm down.
You're down with that?
I'll go first.
I'm gonna take I'll watch them and take a psycraft check.
Okay, sure.
A what?
He can see mind things going on.
Oh.
So she invites Thomas to move ahead and holds out both of her hands for you to put yours on top of.
Yeah.
She doesn't look too bothered by the fact that you're a ghoul, although her hands crawl a little bit. As to be expected, you have undead flesh, so it's not exactly the best thing to be touching.
Yeah.
And she closes her eyes. Do you relax as well, or do you try and shield yourself off?
I'll relax. It's fine.
Okay then.
I got a 17 on my psycraft.
Okay, cool. All right then. And the witch simply starts murmuring a little bit, and then her eyes open. But yours don't, Thomas. You try and open them, but you can't. You're actually being assaulted by visions, and what you see is a great purple hole opening up in the sky. And there is just a simple roar, like the hungriest, most unsettling roar you've ever heard. And you're pretty certain this is what the witch saw when she woke up screaming from her bed. Like, it is...
Can I
pretty
identify
nasty.
what kind of roar is it? Like, what is making it?
You can't. You can't. It's not a human roar. It's not a demonic roar, or it might be demonic roar. You have no idea. Like, it's the most unsettling thing. It sounds like 12 different octaves at once, all roaring out with a combination of pain and elation. Can you make a will check for me, please? Save versus will.
Okay. I have full key, so +6.
All right then. So, see here, it's 13. You are actually just a little bit stunned by the sight. It's not a pleasant thing, and you are cowed. Like, it's no good. You're shaken up by this. It was really unpleasant. You didn't deal with seeing that vision at all very well. You weren't expecting it. And the witch sort of, she takes her hands away, and you're able to now open your eyes and try and shake off that vision. But it's not a fun one. It's still going to take some time. You did not enjoy that experience.
I just walk outside.
You're going to go take a breather, going to have a smoke. Oh, shit.
Did I get anything
Smoking
from my
kills.
psycraft check?
From your Psycraft check, you sense that it was just the genuine opening of her mind. Like, I also rolled to see if it was obvious what she was doing. Rolled a 17 for her. So yeah, you saw what was going on. She wasn't trying to attack him with anything. That was you're at least pretty sure that it's what she experienced.
All right.
On my way out,
So she offers her hands out again and asks if anyone else has an interest in finding out.
I'll
on my
take
way
it.
out, I informed them it's not a fun vision.
I wanted to take it, but yeah, Josh, go ahead.
All right then. So make a will save.
Will save?
Yep.
I get +2 because it's a mental effect, right?
Yep.
Because changing get +2 to... Oh no, it's sleep versus charm. Never mind.
No.
I thought it was mental effects. All right, whatever. Just a will save. 15.
You are perhaps just a lot more prepared by this situation. You see that same roar, and it doesn't cow you quite as much, but you hear a very hungry voice, like hidden inside that roar. And you can't quite make out the name, but it's on the tip of your mind. You wish that you could make it out, but you just quite can't. And
Can I while Ronith gets the vision, can I just try and concentrate on it with auto hypnosis? Just try.
auto hypnosis an effect on yourself. Oh, what you mean is then you're trying to go back through your memory and pick it up.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. She moves over to Ronith. Ronith, make a will save, and if you could roll a d20, Josh.
It's plus your will, right?
Yep.
You want me to roll a d20?
Yep. Roll a d20.
Or just do an auto hypnosis check? Because I got +6 to auto hypnosis.
Okay, roll auto hypnosis check.
Okay.
Oh damn, Ronith, you're not gonna have fun.
Unless I roll shit.
I'm having as much fun as you are, Thomas.
Actually, yeah, maybe the witch is just, she's done this enough times, but it doesn't seem to assault you quite so much. Maybe she was trying to protect you a little bit after the first couple of times. But yeah, you aren't affected.
Huh.
And Josh, what did you roll?
I rolled 20 total.
Okay then, you definitely made out a name. And it goes,
Vegas. Vegas.
Vegas.
Vargas?
yes.
Vargas.
Yep,
Vegas.
that's the name that comes to mind.
Right, interesting.
Vegas.
See, having a scion in the party already paid off.
Already paying off for you a great deal. And
When you are
funny-
screaming in pain and agony, you will wish that I was there to save you. In my day, we
What
didn't
the
have
fuck?
magic to heal you.
Yeah, Ronith doesn't actually have a trident, he has a walking stick.
Yeah. Okay then.
Just
And now the witch invites you all to gather close, and she asks you to look at your tattoos. You notice that every now and again they do shift. This time they shift into something very select, and it's just simply because the witch asks, "Where do they go?" And you see a mark build up on your arms. If anyone can make sort of knowledge of the world, checks for that. I can't remember which check that would be. To be honest.
Arcana?
What is in geography?
Yeah.
Knowledge, geography.
Geology.
No, it's not knowledge of rocks. Does anyone have knowledge geography?
No.
I have +2 to all knowledge.
Well, yeah, you can all make a knowledge
I just have an intelligence because I don't have any.
Yeah, okay.
knowledge.
I have +2 to knowledge.
God fucking damn it!
Okay.
No, I'm using invisible castles.
Yeah, use
I got-
Invisible Castle.
I got a 16.
14.
You got a 16 and 14. Okay then, Josh, you've probably come across them before, but this is the house of a that's the sigil of a dragon-marked house. In fact, it's the mark of healing, and it's the halfling house of Jarasco, located in.
Of course I have. That's pretty common knowledge.
Yeah. It's the house of Jarasco and
That's cool.
Reckenmark. Like it comes to Ronith's mind as familiar, but he can't put his finger on which house it was. Like, he kind of skipped out on that bit.
My
yes,
character
you are
says-
certain that it's House Jarasco.
I go, the mark of healing. That would be House Tarasco's domain.
The witch nods a few times and, yes, that's quite correct. I suggest that you begin heading there right away. You're already far behind schedule. Whatever's machinations are occurring could have been put in place straight away. Really, you haven't a moment to lose. And she sort of points you towards the door. And does anyone want to make any last actions?
No. The only thing I'm not sure about is which House Tarasco place. Like, are we talking the main?
We're talking the location of the house in Reckenmark.
Oh, okay.
Yep, and sorry, I should have mentioned that the village of Broken Home is not very far. There's a river that's right nearby you, and there should be a spot where you can either a combination of ford it, and there are little rafts, pole rafts, that will get you across this section of river so that you can head on towards Reckenmark.
Okay, cool.
Okay, and so, with that, she points you out the door. Does anyone else have anything else they'd like to say or do?
I wish her a lovely day in Drow.
She looks confused. She doesn't appear to speak Drow, but she can sense that you've got some polite intentions.
Yes.
And so she just nods and says that, she wishes you great luck. And if anything should occur that they don't think they're prepared for, they're always welcome to come back and ask for more. And she can try and help you figure it out.
Soy.
Okay? Alright then, so presumably your party heads out and you're going to head towards these river barges. Yes?
Okay. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. I don't think there's anything else anyone wants to do before.
No.
Alright now, and we are finally on the actual board. So, I will
Hey.
turn off this lighting because it's kind of annoying to everyone around, I presume.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll be able to see things! I take it that will open up. It is still raining. It's that warm noon rain that just is generally considered not entirely
I'm
pleasant.
slowly building up it in weight.
You're just taking on a whole bunch of water weight.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
You can see off as you reach this pathway there is a campfire next to a shed. I believe that's visible to everyone right now. Yes?
Yep.
It is.
Okay, that's very good. And so, what would you like to do as you approach?
I keep an eye out, like, just for anything, like, threatening or whatever. I just head towards the campfire, but with, like, an idle spot around me, if that makes sense.
Sure, make just a spot check for as you move.
Okay.
I'll do that as well.
Oh, that's a natural 20.
A natural 20. You think you might have saw something, but really there's, nothing has cropped up quite yet.
Okay.
I will proceed nonchalantly towards the fire.
Makes sense.
I stick around with the big guy.
Yeah, same.
Alright,
sense.
great.
I just move up.
Now,
Yeah.
if everyone who's within 5 squares of the campfire could make a listen check.
Okay. How is
Right.
my
5
listen?
squares. I think I am.
Listen.
Oh, that's a natural 1. I hit negative sound.
Go mildly down.
17.
15.
5.
Okay. So, Thomas, you think you might hear a hissing. Do you want to make one more check?
Spot or listen?
Not just an intelligence check to try and figure out what it is that you hear. You notice a hissing, but you aren't sure what it's from. Just one more intelligence check, please.
Intelligence is +2. Oh, God.
Okay, I'm gonna need everyone to make a reflex save.
It's on.
Fantastic.
It's on. Alright.
Reflex?
Yep.
What's my reflex?
Everyone.
Yep.
Okay.
15 total.
23.
Holy shit!
23.
Holy shit!
Come on, natural 20. 5.
That would be
Nope.
effective. That's not a natural 20, I'm afraid.
Not
Okay
quite.
then. You are all mostly caught off guard as this hissing sound erupts, but at least 3 of you have this. 3 of you have the common sense to duck all of a sudden, except for poor Lermy, as the shed in front of you explodes.
Ow. My face. Probably.
Surely that'd be more like, oh, my face.
Yeah.
Let's see here. You only take 3 damage. You got very lucky at how terribly I rolled. I'm not
How
kidding.
much health does he have?
He has plenty.
I have 36 left.
Whoa.
Yeah, that explosion should have done a lot more damage than it did, so you're quite lucky.
Oh man,
He-
even if I fail
So
that.
Lermy still has double my health left.
Yeah.
Yep. Although this does knock him prone, and everyone else has been proned by the action of, ducking and covering from this explosion. You weren't prepared for the explosion, but you got out of the way of it.
Alright.
But you're
I was
now,
behind
right now,
buttons.
essentially
Fine.
prone, and I believe it is time for everyone to roll for initiative.
Initiative.
You should do.
Yep.
How do I... God damn it, where's my initiative?
Initiative.
1. It's literally just 1.
You need, to
19.
add, you need to add us to the turn order, I think, Dan.
Yep, let's see here. Right click. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to add a turn. Oh, sorry, hit please
Use
go.
invisible castle. I hoped, I dreamed, but no.
Here we go. Lermy.
You can just right click on us and say. add
Because
to
I've set you all to non-clipping items, I can't use the same options.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just going to...
It's not me, it's Kel. K-E-L.
Oh, my bad.
Sorry.
That's fine. K-E-L. I forgot the other names.
Agron.
Just write Mister, like MR.
Eberron.
You need to edit our things in, unfortunately, this way.
Yeah, I'll do it. So, let's see
Uh,
here. What did Lemmy get?
19.
That's pretty damn decent. Josh?
I dropped my dice.
Okay, Mr. Kidney?
10.
I got 13.
13. Agron?
16.
16. And our mysterious enemies,
Which we'll see in 2 seconds.
which you're very unlucky about. And now we will sort numerically.
Oh,
Out
damn.
of the darkness approaches 2 unsettling robed figures. They are there in red robes that are pretty gross looking. They're actually freaking humongous, and I'm talking like you're pretty certain these guys are straight up demons. Just looking at them, I'm not kidding. They're the hugest, most unsettling demons you've ever seen.
And yet they're smaller than Lermy.
Yeah, they are still smaller than Lermy, but they're gross. They're humanoid. From what you can see, they're hooded figures. Does anyone want to make I'll allow a quick spot check to see how many details you pick up before they begin their attack.
Hooray, I got 10.
That's no good. Other guys?
Oh, make a spot check. Hold on.
Sure. Spot. I have +5 to that, apparently.
Not bad.
4.
21!
Okay, Thomas, the instant before they begin their attack, you notice that they have huge, cruel hooks that are sprouting out from these really gross, ghoulish-looking hands.
Budka.
Yeah, they're kind of like Pudga hooks. That's exactly what you think you see.
I shout, hooks!
Alright, and they begin their attack. Sadly, you are all currently prone, which isn't good news for you.
Prone?
I'm totally fine with this.
Except
I'm
me.
totally fine.
I'm not prone.
I'm on the opposite side.
You are
of
on
the
the
campfire.
opposite side of the campfire.
At least I'm
Why am I
behind
pro?
fucking
I was
Lemmy.
behind Lemmy.
I'm not prone, I just have wood in my face.
And there's something else that you notice, Thomas, that's going to come in handy in this very second. You notice that this very large ghoul here, ghoulish undead demonic being, has some kind of gross metallic jaw. It's a bloody hinged metal jaw full of sharp teeth, but it's only the lower side, and it is detaching as it makes an attempt at grappling you.
What do I roll?
Well, no, you don't roll. This is an attack on your...
Is
I
it
can't
a
remember.
grapple? Is
Yeah,
it
it's a grapple. It's a grapple attack that's
Does it make
happening.
opposing grapple?
Oh, you do make a opposing grapple. So he makes a grapple at you, and so it's a meager 15.
You need to beat that, Thomas.
Can you beat 15?
Do I need to roll a grapple roll?
Yep.
I can't not beat 15.
BAM!
Just about push it clear, but it does make one last swing with its hook, which
hooks
is only
you
a
in the
16
gap.
versus AC. So
18 AC.
Yep, it's not going to do it. And the second approaches, and he is going to attempt to grab the downed dragon, born ogre, and Jensen Frenson.
Did I get knocked down by the explosion?
Yeah, you are down thanks to the explosion, so it's literally it's trying to lift you off the ground like it did with Thomas.
Okay.
You have to beat an 18.
Okay. This should be difficult. Yup.
Wow,
Even if I took away points for you being huge and thus easy keys to grab, they're not going to quite manage. Like he tries to get a grip around you and fails, but he does make an attack with his hook. There's a 19 hit.
Nope.
All right, and he also fails to hook you while you're down. It's quite impressive. And now it is Lermy's turn.
Excellent. I will stab him with my shield.
All right then, make an attack.
Jump.
A 23. That is going to hit. How much
Okay.
do you deal?
2d6 plus 8. Bam! 15 damage.
15 damage. It is staggered back and a little bit stunned at how much you're putting up a fight.
Which one was
Okay.
that? Which one did you hit?
This one.
This one here.
The one that tried
Because-
to grab me.
Because technically you could hit either of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will then...
I take it you stood up as well on your turn before you did that attack.
I was going to stand up now, but...
Oh, so you did that from the ground?
Yeah.
Mm.
-4.
Yeah, that's a -4. That
Is it
that
a
wouldn't have
-4?
hit.
Oh,
So
if
you
it's a
consider you stood up
-4.
and attacked then if you want.
Okay, yeah. God, I didn't realise it was so bad.
Yeah, no, being knocked out, like you're just fucking swinging with a shield from the ground. It's difficult. Okay, so you technically stood up before you did that. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
All right, next, Agron. What are you gonna do?
I think I'm going to stab the closest to whatever.
So you're gonna get up.
You stab me, okay.
You're gonna have to stand up and move. You can't reach him with your trident on this turn, man. Unless you turn your
I want.
Well, a trident has 10-foot reach.
That's if you're throwing it, I think.
No, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, no, it's a standard 10-foot reach. Okay, yeah.
I
All right,
think
then you
so.
can make an
Let
attack.
me- I would just double check. I've got the player's handbook open right now anyway.
Yeah, I think that it's 10 feet and it also has range increments of 10.
It does, but I'm pretty sure it has I'm pretty sure from where he's standing with the trident, he might be able to stab the guy.
Okay.
Where is equipment?
If you see 10 feet, then yep, that's perfectly acceptable.
So
Great,
I'll
yep.
make an attack.
So, yep,
with
make an
my
attack
trident.
roll.
What is this now? Space attack. So because it's, what do I roll now? 2d6 plus 1?
You
Right.
roll you roll your attack first. It's a d20.
What do you mean? You'll have to get me through this.
Okay, so
1d20.
first, there's two stages when you do an attack. There's the attack roll and the damage roll. So first is the attack roll, so it's the attack plus your attack bonus, which is +3.
3.
So roll d20.
Roll 1d20 plus 3. Wow.
That goes, I'm sadly, quite wide, and the demon... It doesn't exactly laugh, it doesn't look very humorous, but it might have been if it was some cheeky humanoid character. And next up is Cal. What are you going to do?
I'll move, staying prone, crawl 5 feet here, this way.
Yep.
And, like, pull out my crossbow and fire at the one Lermy attacked.
Okay.
Oh man, you can shoot him through fire. Firebolts.
Oh, can I do that?
Yeah, you can actually shoot through fire.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna fire through the fire then.
It's in front of you either way, so.
Yeah. So do I get like this thing? Do I get negative to hit when I'm lying down? Because I'm using a ranged weapon, and I'm not using a ranged weapon that would be awkward lying down either.
Use the equivalent of a miner to, like, ready yourself as though you were, stocking up a ranged weapon on the ground. So yeah, that's perfectly fine, but you can't just do lots of excessive things.
I wasn't gonna do it, I was just gonna fire a crossbow at him.
Yep, totally acceptable. Go for it.
Okay, so... Natural 20.
A natural 20.
What the hell, Josh?
Okay, then, so roll your crit.
I don't think that confirmed.
Okay, so just roll your damage. You get an extra +1 because the bolt is a little bit hot from going through a fire. It's trailing some smokes.
So it'd be 1d8 plus 2 then. So 5 damage.
Okay, it takes 5 damage. It staggers a little bit, but it doesn't seem to particularly bothered. It plots out the arrow.
Also, because I'm using a repeating crossbow as a free action, I reload the next bolt.
Yep, that's perfectly fine. All right, and now it's Mr. Kidney's turn to shine.
Okay. I don't think I can get a sudden strike here since I'm on the floor. And I'm grappling.
Oh, that's
Probably.
how you check that.
You resisted the grapple, didn't you?
Yep.
I think we're still grappling each other.
No.
No.
No,
You fought off the grapple.
he failed the original grapple check, so you're perfectly fine.
Okay, but I still can't get a sudden strike, so I'll just stab him with a katana. Presumably he lifted me up, so I'm standing now. Did he? Am I standing from him lifting me up and trying
No, because you fought off his grapple, you probably did a lot of rolling and wriggling on the ground, so you're going to have to spend a move action standing.
Okay, I stand up and stab the guy.
Alright then, make your roll.
So what was my...
Roll your attack.
Is that base attack bonus plus dex?
Yes, your attack bonus is BAB plus dex, because you're using finesse.
Okay. Shit.
Roll again to confirm your natural fail.
Shit is fine!
You just miss it. You feel a little bit of shame, but you don't take any shame damage. Put it that way. You didn't take 1d20 shame.
Shame damage is elemental damage, as everyone knows.
No, shame damage is psionic.
Oh, okay.
It's mental.
Thankfully, auto-hypnosis you can use to reduce the effects of shame.
Wow. I'm OP. I'm apparently OP in dealing with shame.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
you
you
fail,
have a really strong shame defense. Okay, and so the topmost enemy, the one that's closest again to Lemmy of the two, he makes another attack. Let's have a look here. Will a 22 beat your AC?
Yes.
Alright then. And we will roll his damage. I forget what damage dice I was using for this guy. Alright. You take 10 points of damage.
Ow.
And can you please make a grapple check?
Yes.
You beat 17.
Okay.
The hook attempts to find purchase on you afterwards, but it fails to do so. Alright then, and next, Demonic Servant. Let's have a look here. He is going to make an attempt to kill Mr. Ninja Face.
Oh, damn it.
He swings at you, but I'm pretty sure a 15 is not going to beat your AC.
Nope.
He swings and it goes wide. He looks a little bit annoyed. There's a little bit of a gross demonic hissing coming from him. It's a bit gurgly, like a mouthful of blood. It's pretty gross. You take gross out damage.
Okay.
Alright, you don't. Lermy, your time to shine.
Okay. Is there any big pieces of wood nearby?
No, not quite right next to you, although you could possibly use parts of the campfire if you're not too worried about fire for a few seconds. You can pick a log up out of it that's on fire.
Yeah,
Use it
sure.
for
I'll grab a burning log.
Alright then, you take just 1 point of damage, but now you can make an attack with it.
Okay. Cool. So +8 base attack of 3, so yeah, it's +11 again. Okay, roll d20 plus. Is it a really big one, or is it just
No, it's basic club sized.
normal club sized? Ugh.
Yeah, in your hands, it's a club, but I will add that it is on fire.
Okay, sure. Club him.
All right, roll your attack.
Yeah, I'm not good at clubbing things.
Is that a 13?
That's a 13.
Yeah, you failed to hit him with the flamey stick. Maybe you were just a little unsettled. That fire hard. But for whatever reason, the demon just sort of shuffles slightly to the side and dodges your attack. Next,
Okay.
Argon, make a move. Show me your moves.
I gotta attack this guy again.
I'm going to also 5-foot step here.
Oh, yeah, sure, no problem.
Yeah. Wait, can I like? Wait, hold on.
What was it you're
Nah,
trying to
never
do?
mind. I'm just gonna move up and stand beside Mr. Kidney and team up on this guy.
Since these guys, although I can't make their portraits very big, they're classed as large enemies, you can try and hit both of them with the same trident swing if you were in a position like, say... I'm trying to make that
Where
little
I'm
button come up.
standing.
Yeah.
You mean here?
If you're stood there, right
I'm
here,
there.
and then you can try and stab through them.
Well, no,
If
'cause
I-
it only reaches 10 feet, so it would only...
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, no, if you're stood next to him and you stab in that direction, yes, you can try and hit both of them because they're classed as large. Although they don't look it on that portrait, they're taking up all of those squares. They're big.
Yeah.
So
Can
go
I hit
ahead.
the
So
ball?
you roll 2 attacks. You're going to be
Two
trying to hit both of them. You can try and pierce through.
All right. So 1d20 plus 3, and roll 1d20 plus 3.
Okay then. So the first one does not hit, but the one that's closest to Lermy, who your trident I assume is the one that reaches out
Yep.
to hit second, does get hit. So roll your damage.
So it is with my trident. It's 2d6 plus 1,
Mm-hmm. Go right ahead.
8 damage.
Okay then. This guy's having a terrible time. A terrible, terrible time. But he doesn't look quite shaken yet. Cal, go right ahead.
Okay.
Lermy
Okay.
has moved to mildly obstruct you, so you're probably going to want a different position.
Yeah. God damn it, Lermy. Man, no matter what.
And you're lying there.
What's the remains of the shed like?
The remains of the shed, think of it as difficult terrain. Like, it got completely annihilated by whatever explosion.
But is it on fire?
No, it isn't. There wasn't enough wood there to set on fire. It exploded and then no flames stayed. It's just really damaged, desecrated ground. There's some planks and stuff. So they're roughly like campfire size. That explosion totally obliterated. It's amazing that all of you, besides Lermy, got hit, and it's amazing that he barely took damage.
Can I run and take cover there? Like get up and run in one go?
Yes, you can.
Alright, I'll do that and then unleash another bolt at the same guy.
All right then. I'd say that you get just a -1 to hit because you had to get up and sprint, but that's
Okay,
about
sure.
it.
So -1 drops me to +3 to hit, I think.
Yep.
Yep. To 13.
It's not going to hit.
Okay, I take a free action to reload the next bolt then. End my turn.
Problem. Okay then, Mr. Kidney. So far, the only one right now who has taken damage is the zombie in front of Lemmy.
So I'm gonna hit the one that's not damaged yet.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll this dice.
Gonna pray for big numbers.
Oh yeah, 14 plus my that was 6, right?
14 plus
Yeah.
dex plus base attack, so you hit for 20?
Dex is 19.
19. 19 just barely hits it. So roll
Okay,
your damage.
I need to roll that on the computer. 1d10 plus 1. Oh, for fuck's sake!
Oh god!
Screw this thing!
Yeah, use Invisible Castle, man. I don't care.
Okay.
Would you even like to reroll Invisible Castle? Because that's just miserable.
Yeah, I would.
Go right ahead. If you roll a 1 though, I'll know. I'll be able to sense it.
Oh yeah, because he'll scream loudly.
Yeah. That's always a big giveaway.
7.
7. Okay, you deal 7 points of damage to the other demon. And with that, the first and wounded one will make another attack at Lermy.
Okay.
Does a 24 versus AC hit you?
Yes.
Okay then. Dice damage. He hits for 11.
Ow.
and makes an attempt at a grapple. That's a 5. I'm not even going to bother because your modifier is already way too fucking good for
Wait,
that.
how much health do you have left?
14.
Ow.
Yeah, these guys are big hitters.
Wait, I think that can one-shot me.
Possibly. No, it hit for 11.
Yeah,
Mm.
it will two-shot me.
Yeah, I was going to say, I made sure these guys can't one-shot anyone in the party.
It would be really terrible for me.
That was narrowly max damage for that guy. Well, narrowly. There's other stuff we saw. Alright then. And the other demon, he reaches into his voluminous red cloaks and pulls out what looks like a wand. Admittedly, it's a wand large enough for a large creature, so it's more like a pole to you guys, but it looks like it retracts. There's a gem in the center of it. And it holds it out and points at Mr. Kidney.
God damn it.
But it rolls a 4. It shakes the wand and nothing happens. It looks
Oh
slightly...
man, I expected it to blow up.
Nope. It shakes the wand. Maybe if I rolled a 1, I don't know. It shakes the wand and nothing happens, and it just simply puts it back. It doesn't even leave it hanging out. It just puts it back into its cloak.
It's just like, well, oh, damn.
Yeah, he does. He essentially does a fuck that. And so now it is Lermy's turn.
Okay. God, I'm trying to maneuver into a better position, but I'll just get in Josh's way again.
Yeah, you're fine where you are. Are you still holding onto your flaming stick, by the way?
Nah, fuck that noise.
Take 1 point of damage. You've dropped it.
I will... So, was it this one that pulled the wand out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't worry, well, you can make a swing at it.
I am gonna grab the one I'm hitting.
You're going to try and grapple him.
Yeah.
Alright then, make a grapple check.
Bam!
Fucking hell.
Jesus.
I'm not going to bother rolling. I can't roll that high with that guy.
Annihilate
You
him.
successfully grab him.
Okay. I
You
will
even pick him up.
Make a spot check, Greg.
Okay.
You are
Bam!
very lucky.
Wait a second. Let me
Does an
make
18
sure
beat your AC?
No.
Alright then. As you grab it, its unhinged mouth seems to drop even further, and you detect a sharp metal point sticking out of its mouth. But you spot it just in time and are able to move slightly within your grapple as a giant spear, longer than its body, like it shouldn't have even fit, just shoots out of its mouth, and just it plunges off into the darkness and doesn't hit.
Man, these
Okay.
things sound like the Cthulhu guards from Demon Souls.
Now, when you say it has like a big spiky toothed jaw, is it like a full jaw? Or
No, it's like an orc jaw.
The
It's
lower
like an
hinge of
orc.
its jaw.
Greg, it's like an orc jaw.
so
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
would I be able to like shove my hand in underneath and grab the back of it to keep it open?
If you wanted to, yeah, you could keep that jaw open. I mean,
Yeah.
it's covered in jutting sharp teeth, so maybe you don't want to do that.
Yeah, but like I mean, would I be able to grab a place where it's flat rather than spiky?
there is no point on that jaw
Okay.
that isn't spiky. It's
Yeah,
unfortunate.
Has he got a life stealer jaw?
Yeah, it is. It's like that. It's
Okay.
fucked up. It's like the metal life stealer jaw. If that's the best way to describe it.
Can I wedge my shield into his jaw?
Make an attack roll.
Okay. Just a normal attack roll.
Yep, an attack roll. I'll give you a
Okay.
bonus.
Bam.
That's gonna hit. So you jam your shield into its jaw, and it is unable to wedge it free as it's stuck in your grapple.
Excellent.
All right then. Next up is Agron.
How much health do you have left now? Let me.
14.
14. I was like 40. Jesus.
You should probably heal him, Ronith.
Does that take up my attack?
Yeah, it's a standard action. So you can shift a 5-foot square behind Thomas so that you're next to Lermy and you
Yeah.
can heal him.
Do that.
Alright. So I shift over here. And I heal him with the Cure Light Wound.
All right, make the roll for how much you heal him. I believe it's 1d8 plus 3 for you.
It's 1d8 plus 3, yeah. 1d8 plus 3. 11.
Wow, you heal him for the maximum. Lermy's feeling
Uh-huh.
fresh.
So how much health is that? That's like 25.
Yeah, it's 25 now.
Yeah.
It's a good heal.
That's good.
All right, and next up is Kel's turn. And this time you're not going to have any negatives. You didn't do any running.
Yeah, I'll take another shot then.
All right, make a roll.
How bloody does this thing look?
You're pretty certain it's taken a serious beating.
I'm just trying to figure out whether it's worth using, like, going to use my luck augment on this shot or not.
You probably want to. I'll just give that advice out there. Like, yeah, you want to do that.
Okay, sure. Let me just check that again.
Sure. I don't know what the augment does either, so if you could explain it to me when you do it.
Yeah, I will. I think I'll open it up. So I get to add like stuff bonuses to it depending on my level.
Okay.
Where is it? Look, augment. Beginning of first level, I can use. It's a swift action. I have to power it with power points.
I think you have a number of those.
I have 2.
Cool.
So I'll use one of my power points. What does unfocusing strike do? Okay, I'm gonna add sneak attack to it,
Okay, cool.
which will actually already stack with the sneak attack I already have as well, so it'll be 2d6.
Go for it.
Okay, so let's see if I hit.
Yeah, hopefully.
Does a 15 hit?
Considering it's being grappled and it's got a shield in its face, yes.
Excellent. So it does 1d8 plus 2d6 plus 1.
That's big. All right, go right ahead.
That's 17 damage.
As you do so, it looks about ready to just collapse, like its legs are barely holding it up. It reaches into its cloak and pulls out a wand. This time, though, however, it doesn't point at any enemies. It points the wand at itself.
It's trying to heal. Shit.
Lermy?
It's suiciding!
Yep, Lermy, if you
Yeah.
can make a quick roll a d20.
Just a d20, okay.
Yep, just a straight d20.
Punch him in the face!
Ooh.
Interrupt
Bam!
the
Through
High
whatever
numbers.
luck it is, you manage to just push him away. Like you can't reach that wand in time, but you just push him, shove him away from yourself. And as you do so, the wand discharges in its hand and explodes,
Jesus.
annihilating the demon.
Nope.
And since you've managed to push him away, you noticed in time, you don't take any damage.
Excellent.
Nice.
And he's behind a shield as well.
Yep, there is a disgusting hole torn into this thing's into its body, and it just collapses. And already you think that it's starting to decompose. And surprisingly enough, it smells vaguely like burnt oranges. So it's a little bit like Southern Comfort right now.
Burnt oranges.
Yep,
See,
smells vaguely like Southern Comfort as it
I don't know what that smells like, jeez.
neither do I.
Southern
Oh.
Comfort, if anyone knows that smell. That's burnt oranges, essentially.
I came to a horrible realization. We never went back for our free drinks.
I knew it! I knew someone would notice! That's correct, you never went back to your free drinks.
That guy owes us.
Right now, if there was some kind of vision cutaway, you would see a bartender sitting there at those lone drinks. He sighs and continues doing his work.
Well, we're busy killing demon shit, so whatever.
I run off to get the books.
Going back.
And with that, the first of the
the
demons has been dispatched. Well done.
second demon makes 12 attacks of opportunities as you run away.
Alright, and now it's Mr. Kidney's turn. We're down a zombie. Let's remove him.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll a d20 to attack him again.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, natural 20!
End of my turn, I loaded a bolt again.
Yep, no problem.
Probably.
Alright, roll to confirm.
Okay. Damn it.
Okay.
I feel like he failed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just maybe. I like the rolling sound that you're getting as well. Very impressive.
That's pretty sweet.
Alright then, just roll your damage.
Roll my damage.
Should be pretty high.
3. I rolled on Invisible Castle because this thing doesn't have a 10.
So you rolled a 3, and then it's plus your dex, and it's plus your BAB. I can't remember actually. I can't remember what your damage rolls are actually. Let's have a look at your page. That would make a lot more sense. 1d10 plus 1. So did you just get a 3 total then?
Yeah, I got a 3.
Okay, so it's 3 damage. You scratch it, and it looks annoyed.
And
It senses wasted potential.
I sidestep over here.
Yep, no problem. Okay, cool. Alright then. And this enemy, he makes another attempt. He walks forward towards the cleric, but doing so does provoke an attack of opportunity since technically his box is touching Lermis as he does so. So if you want to make a
Bash
swing at
the
him,
shit out of him.
make an attempt.
Bam!
It doesn't hit.
Oh.
You fail to do so, and it makes a swing at the cleric. And it whiffs terribly, and it swings its claw over your head, just completely misses, and it looks ashamed of itself. If ever a demon could contain shame, that's what it just did. And now does
Nice.
Lermies go.
Okay. I will step here. 5-foot stepping.
Yep.
And then... I mean, grabbing them seems to be pretty effective.
Go right ahead.
If you grab them, I can get another sneak attack off.
Mm-hmm.
Bam! Ooh.
Uh-oh. You do succeed in grabbing him, but as you do so, if you could roll a spot check again, please.
Yeah.
You're gonna get spiked into face.
Do I get a bonus now because I'm expecting it?
You get a hidden bonus. Roll your spot check.
Excellent.
21. So you spot it, and so that's not going to penetrate you. Again, another spike pours out of his face, and it just flies off the river.
Can I
It
make
totally
an
misses.
attempt to grab it?
No, it's moving way too fast.
Oh.
Well, if you could try right now to make a dex check, and it would go in the place of your attack, though.
Sure.
All right, then make a roll.
A reflex check?
Yep.
Yeah. Sweet.
You grab the spear as it juts out of its mouth and begins firing.
So it's still in its mouth.
Yeah, like you're put, like
Sweet.
it doesn't even seem that the spear should fit inside its mouth. Like this half of it's just missing, but you have grabbed it and you're able to pull it the rest of the way out.
I don't
want
wanna pull it the rest of the way out.
You can just turn it the other pointy way around.
Yeah.
If we had a small character, we could throw it inside its mouth and see what's in there.
All right, and now it's Agron's turn.
Talking about small characters. Wait. Can I have like don't I have like attack of opportunity or something like that? Like an
You
bonus
get
because
bonuses. He's currently grappled. You have bonuses to hit him. Make a roll, and I'll tell you if it hits or not.
Yeah. I'll just stab him with the trident.
All right, make a roll.
1d20 plus 3, right?
Yep.
Wow.
Even despite it, you just whiff. I think you were just
I just,
surprised.
like-
You were surprised at Lermy's feats of strength and dexterous capabilities. Like you were just shocked, straight up shocked, and you just missed.
I'm just standing there like, whoa.
All right, and now it's
Lermy.
Kel's turn yet again.
I'm gonna go just for the normal sneak attack because I do get a normal sneak attack,
Yep, go for it.
but I'm not gonna use my thing. So let's go for another shot on this guy.
All right.
That's a miss.
How much of a miss?
No,
If it's below 5, you might end up hitting Lermy.
it's a 6.
Okay, you're
But
fine.
it's like I rolled a 6, it'd be 10 total.
Okay, yeah, you're perfectly fine. I was gonna say if your end result was like less than 5, then I'd make you do an attack roll against Lermy just then because he's the one grappling.
Oh, yeah, I just missed.
Okay, cool.
I
Right.
reload my little. How many shots? Is that 4 shots I've made there now?
So far, yes.
Yeah, I load the last bolt then. The repeating crossbow they come in like magazines of 5.
Yep. Okay, cool. All right, and now Mr. Kidney, make your swing.
Is it grappled?
It is grappled currently.
So
You'll have a bonus to hit it if you make an attack.
So sudden strike works. Okay.
Yeah, you get the sudden strike bonuses now.
Okay, rolling 1d20 plus how much was it?
Possibly, and I'll be adding a bonus on for you as well. So what'd you get?
No, what's my?
Your katana?
No, I'm on like attack roll on default.
Your default attack roll?
Yeah,
It's a 1d20 plus 5.
1d20 plus 5. 13!
A 13. Oh, I'm afraid that isn't gonna hit.
Thomas, why are you bad at this game?
I'm
I don't know.
afraid just there doesn't hit. That would have been some sick damage too, considering the bonuses you get as a ninja on your sneak attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Worst ninja ever.
Mm-mm-mm.
Apart from anything else, I know where you are.
All right now, and the enemy makes an opposed grapple check. It's not going to make it even if you try and roll against it. So it struggles in vain and makes an attack against you. And an 18 is not going to hit you, is it?
Nope.
It flails, unable to make contact with you.
Excellent.
All right, and now it is Lermy's turn.
I will indeed turn the spear around and shove it back down the pointy way.
All right, make a roll.
Bam!
You shove that spear back in the pointy way. Roll 2d10. That's how much damage that spear does.
Plus my
Jeez.
strength?
No, just 2d10.
Oh.
I'm taking my modifier.
Wow.
Whoa! Maybe it's just really good at containing that spear. It sucks it back down again.
Good job.
After this fight's done, I'll tell you how those attacks are modified. Like, the 2d10 is built so that it shouldn't kill anyone. I know, surprising enough as it is.
Okay.
Alright, Agron's turn.
Well, I'm just gonna stab him again.
Go for it. Don't forget you have touch attacks, so you can inflict wounds as well.
Yeah, but he's grappled. I just want to kill him.
Alright, go for it.
There we go. Finally.
That's going to be a hit. Roll your damage.
Roll. What was that? The 2d8 plus
2d6. I think it was.
Yeah, it's not going to be
It's
2d8.
2d6
No, it's
plus 1.
Yeah, 2d6 plus 1. I had to look because I got the screen quite minimized. It looked like 2d8. I was like, no, it
9
couldn't be.
damage.
9 damage. You hit for 9. And this one, again, it wriggles and squirms. It's looking uncomfortable. It hasn't reached for any kind. Its wand again, so, you know, the turn rolls around to Kel.
I will fire my last bolt.
Alright, then make a roll.
God damn it, miss again.
I just
What?
noticed I should
Is it less
probably
than
have
5
back.
or something?
No,
I should
it's
probably
still
have
more than
backed
5.
off
It's just a miss.
because this guy's probably gonna explode.
I reload an entire. Since I didn't move, I assume I can just use that
Yeah, you
action
can use
to
your,
reload.
use your move, devolve it into what is essentially like a long miner. That's
Yep.
perfectly fine to me.
I reload an entire cartridge into the repeating crossbow. Then my turn.
Alright then, and now it is Mr. Kidney's turn to shine. Will he get his bonus damage?
Will he hit?
Will he
Yeah.
even hit?
Probably not. I rolled on the thing now.
That's 14 again, isn't it, Thomas?
It's
Not gonna.
it's
not
larger by 1.
Oh, it's
the
larger
last
by 1 than the last one. Yeah, it's a 14, but it's actually wait. Yep, no, that actually hits. It actually hits.
Du-du-du-du-du.
Hooray! Thomas did something!
Right, it has a -5 when it's being grappled.
That's my default attack.
Alright, and your sudden strike damage?
That was 1d6. Does it have any bonuses? Probably not.
Nope.
No, it's just a flat d6. Wow, the 1d6 damage did more damage than the 1d10 damage. Good job,
As
Thomas.
much.
Well, no, it did as much
No.
as a 1d10 plus 1. I thought the sudden strike was modified by key power, so you could use extra points of your power to do more sudden strike. Or was key power used for one of your other abilities? I'll have a
Key
quick look.
power was used for stealth.
Oh, right, yeah. Okay. Yes, you're correct. Okay. So yeah, you hit him for 8. And the demon reaches into its pocket.
Chop off his arm!
Mr. Grappler, if you could make a check, please. Roll a 20.
Can I
Bam! Good at this.
You are quite good at this. You let him go, but you aren't able to push him away a square, but it does mean you're able to all make a reflex check. Thomas, you didn't have time to move away yet, but you will have bonuses because you're the one who initiated the attack. So, if everyone could make a reflex save right now.
I'm not
Besides
good at
Josh is
that.
far away enough.
Besides, Josh.
I think,
Yep, Ronith.
I'm not gonna lie. If the explosion hits me from that far away, those guys are way more fucked than me. Like,
Okay, Thomas just fades out of existence for a second. Ronith? Okay, so everyone besides Lermy gets away from the attack. Lermy, you take 3 damage.
Lermy, hero!
Oh no!
Damage. Oh no, Lermy, no! And with that, the last demon is dispatched, and that is the end of the turn.
Wait, are there corpses left?
And again, this one drops. It's a smoking shambles, but there is a corpse, and it is currently decomposing. So you might want to check.
I pull off his chin.
You are actually able to pull off its chin, and you take 1 point of damage though, because it's covered in fucking spikes.
Can I roll something to not
I'm
take the
trying to-
damage?
Yeah, you can. No, you just
Yes,
tried to
no.
grab its fucking jaw the moment it went down. No, that's a point of damage, I'm afraid. But
Okay,
you can
I
have
tried.
the jaw.
Whatever.
Can I
You can
try
have the
to
jaw as an item.
Can I try to find the wand?
Yep, you can take a check, make a spot. In fact, make a search even.
I'll take a search on the corpses as well.
Search. So I only have like +2 on that.
I got 17.
Okay, so
4.
all right,
Damn
so
it.
Josh, if you're checking the most recently expired one with that 17, Yes, you do find the crumbled remains of the wand. If you could search the wand closer or hand it over to someone with an Arcana knowledge.
Does anyone have Arcana knowledge?
I do have Arcana knowledge.
All right.
I'll pass it over to Ronith then. Do I find anything else, or is it literally just that one?
Get the hook.
It's decomposing, and again, that's all you find. Like the hook is there as well. You can try and pick that one up if you want, but it looks heavy and unusable. It's large.
I'll take
Heavy and
I'll take
unusable.
the,
It's large.
I take the
Tiny
hook and give it to
weapon.
Lemmy.
All right. Lemmy now has an improvised weapon, but it isn't a club, and it's going to be hard to hit with because you have to throw it and pull them in.
Yes!
It's essentially a 10-foot throw.
Pugner.
We're making Lemmy Pudge every day.
Yeah.
Every day he'll be more like Pudge.
Wait,
Yeah,
wait,
we already
Every day I'm
grabbed.
Did he
pudging.
get the hook?
Yeah, he got the
give him
hook.
a
As you lift the hook, you find that there is a small chain hanging off of it. And
Nice.
since you pull it away from the corpse, it instantly stops decomposing. You have at least 10 feet of chain attached to this hook.
Nice. Alright, I used my knowledge arcana to try and figure out what it is and what it does.
What's your bonuses already before you even make a check?
Bonuses?
Yep. Like, what's your bonus to Arcana knowledge? What do you roll?
My bonus is +5.
All right, make a roll.
Oh, I need to slash roll first. What does
Yeah.
does spellcraft help me with this at all?
No, you're not. Well, no, same. Not. So it would be mostly the same.
You could have made spellcraft checks while the ones were being used to try and work out what they were, but
Oh,
not after the fact.
alright. 20.
Oh, 24. Okay, so there is like the hint of arcane residue in it, but this wand is pretty destroyed, you're aware. But you do know enough to find out who made the wand. There is a small sigil stamped into the bottom of it, and it is the face of a grinning skull, and there are spikes coming out of the lower jaw of it. If you could make another knowledge arcana check quickly. Just for that marker itself.
Wait.
Ah,
You don't know much, except you know it's the mark of a lich.
ooh.
You're aware that it's a lichy mark, so these things have something in relative to a lich. That's literally all you can glean, but the wand is destroyed. Also on the corpses you find a scattering of gold. The very first one that was killed, since it was killed a few turns ago, has already decomposed and everything it was holding is gone. There is just like some sodden, grimy looking rags, which again Thomas probably doesn't want to pick up.
What?
There are some soddeny gross rags on the first one that was killed since it was a few turns.
Can I cut off a piece of the rags?
No. There's no, well you could, there's no point. Don't do it.
Mm.
You don't need it. It's just, they're
Until the-
goopy and smelly, and they're really sodden.
I'll tell the group that these were probably sent by the Lich. Or
By-
at least
By
affiliated
by a lich, that's all you know. I'm
By
not
a
saying
lich.
Liches.
But you can make
it
the
has to have
assumption that it is the Lich.
the lich.
Yeah,
Yep, you can
the
make that assumption. Go right ahead.
Just to clarify, when you say 10 foot of rope,
10
would
foot
it
of
be like, oh, whatever, 2 squares away like there from me?
It would no.
Or-
It's 10 feet touching, so it's that
Right.
like 10 feet any direction is how far you can throw it.
Okay. I can just reach that far. Okay.
Yeah, you can reach that far, but this is if you want to pull them off a ledge or something, you can use it like that as well. You
Ah.
can use it makes it basically for you. It makes an improvised grapple check, and it's got a negative to it because you're not experienced in it at all, and it's based on your dex. But I'll do that roll for you if you choose to use it.
Okay.
It's fine, Greg. Just put more points into that skill when you level up, and
Yeah.
the range will get longer.
You could improvise, get some more chain, I suppose. But yeah, there you
Get
go.
more chain.
You figured that it was probably longer than that, but you took a little bit longer taking the chain off of it.
Wait,
so
dude,
some length.
Dude, just take the chain off the other dude and make it
Nope, it's
20
already
feet.
decomposed. Like everything that first corpse was holding also decomposed with it. Because you were quick enough taking the hook and the wand away, they did not get
And the jaw.
destroyed. And the jaw, yes. The jaw also and the other one is gone. So you do have that jaw. Maybe you can think of a creative use for it, and I'll let you do so, but it did hurt to pick it up 'cause it's fucking sharp.
I rip off my jaw and put it in this place. No.
No, I was going to say,
No.
you probably don't do that.
I'll do that later.
It would
if
make,
I
I'm
lose
just
my
telling you
jaw.
right now, it would make eating suck. But yeah, seeing as you're a ghoul and your jaw might get ripped off, you could perhaps replace it.
That's true.
Although,
Pass.
I'm just going to add, it was for a large-sized
Yeah, I
creature,
was
so it
just
wouldn't
thinking
fit on
with a
your fucking
large
head.
jaw.
It would be awesome.
You would need to do a lot of modifications, it'd probably be hanging off. So it'd be like,
I would
what's your name?
look like
You would probably never be able to pronounce Elvish ever again.
Wow.
Okay.
Alright, and so with that, your party is left to their own devices if you want to look around.
I would
So,
love to look.
what? So, is this like where the house Oh, this is the river, right?
Yeah, you're right next to the river right now, and there was a shed there. It looks like it's just belonged to a barge master, of which you find no evidence that one is even there. Maybe he left, maybe he's been eaten or killed or anything. You have no idea. Like, there are no signs that anyone occupied it, although it should have been, judging by the campfire.
By the way, did the demons come from the water?
Yes.
Yeah, they did. They climbed out of the water.
Can I go? I'll go over to the water and try to see if there's anything in the water.
All right then, go over there, make a
Crocodile!
You lean down and
drags you under.
you put your face like a couple of inches away from the water. A hand comes out and pulls you in.
No.
All right, make a search.
Wait, I've seen this before.
Search your spot.
Search. Well, you could do a spot, but you're looking into some water as opposed to, hey, there's water.
Alright, search. It's the same as my spot, anyways. So.
No, you don't see anything in there.
Wait, can I
I
do
see
it?
water. I need water.
Shut the fuck up, Bear Grylls. Yeah, Thomas, make a search check. You also see.
No! Fuck!
I need water.
I'm gonna go look in the little shed.
All right, so I'm just saying,
Oh,
as you
also-
walk over it, there's some broken down walls. If you want to make some search checks.
I'll make some search as well to help look in the building. That's a natural
Nope.
20.
Search is based on intellect.
As you search, you find what looks like, holy shit, you roll a -1.
You become blind.
You lose
Wait a minute.
sight forever.
Wait a minute. So on those two search checks, Greg rolled a natural 1 and I rolled a natural 20.
Yes, that's correct.
I balanced it out for you. I made fates in your favor.
Thank you, Greg.
I don't know, the fates might indeed have been in your favor, because as Lermy just trundles through there not knowing what the fuck is going on, he knocks over a broken section of bench, and in it, Josh finds a bag of gold.
Hooray! I keep it.
It looks like it belonged to it looks like it belonged to whoever owned these barges.
How much gold?
Yep, it's just 50 gold pieces.
Oh yeah, I keep it.
Yeah,
I will-
It's probably some poor guy's entire life savings.
I will check under the shed.
Make a strength check to lift the entire floor of the shed.
Okay. Nope.
You lift like a corner of it and it breaks off. You didn't get quite the grip you needed to lift the entire shed's mounting.
Try again.
No, he's already like broken a section of it now. It would be a push.
Okay, let me try it.
No, you're too fucking small. You aren't Lermy-sized. You could not lift this floor. You wouldn't have any luck. Okay, so as you look around, you can see that there is one barge remaining. On the little raft, there is a pole that's just sort of hanging on one of those, like a ring mount, so it hasn't rolled or slipped away. It's hanging there on a small rope to the side of the river, just mounted in by a stake. You can see across the river, there is no other barge post, but you're pretty sure that that's your next destination, because if you were to head there, then you would be able to go south down to Reckenmark.
It sounds good. Although we should probably go get our free drinks.
Yeah.
Alright then, do you guys do a party go off to go and get your free drinks?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright, you get your free drinks. The innkeeper looks relieved that you in fact turned up, and he asks how it went with the witch.
It was fine. Like she was expecting us.
I describe her as a nice lady in merchant slang.
The innkeeper just nods knowingly, and again shares a fist bump and lets you go on your way.
Merchant slang!
Yeah, merchant slang does tend to get you fist bumps. It's perfectly fine. Yeah, alright, you continue on your way. I take it you return to the barges afterwards.
Yep.
Can I acquire a barrel of beer for our journey?
Make a diplomacy check.
Can I give him money?
Can I?
You can hand him money to buy a keg, yeah.
Can I make that diplomacy check for him?
Yes,
Yeah, because
he's your underling. Make a diplomacy check.
because I wouldn't do a good job. Is all I'm gonna say.
Come on!
What's
Yeah,
with the ones?
you at least secure a mildly better deal. He offers you it for pretty cheap, so like a couple of gold.
Wait, I'm gonna attempt to get a further discount using merchant
So
slang.
you're going to annoy him. I'm going to tell you right
Okay.
now. You don't want to do repeated checks like that on people.
Alright.
Because it looks like you just went, so, will you offer it for us? He goes, no. And then you go up to him and go, will you offer it for me? He probably would just go, no. It might in fact take insult. So that's the kind of thing you don't do. It's one of those things in place so you don't just multiple try and just choose your way through a skill check. If you were all talking at once...
What
you could
else does
check
he
it.
offer?
No, he doesn't offer anything. Like, he just, like... If
Other
you,
than beer? Like,
Uh,
what does he sell?
Oh, wait. Sell-wise, he offers off beef jerky. He also has sort of nibbly maize-based snacks, and that's about it.
Delicious maize-based snacks.
Yep.
All of this is irrelevant to me because I don't eat.
Yeah, you don't eat, but you're now aware of what the guy sells. Does anyone else buy anything before you leave?
I would
No, I'm fine.
buy some meat.
Alright, so yeah, you buy some extra trail rations. That will extend the current rations you already have by like an extra day or so.
And
Or you can eat them just because they're
and I
delicious.
give my beer to big guy.
Sure. Alright then, so you continue on back to the barge and you find that thankfully it's where it left and no demons appear to be jumping out at you. Now this barge is only really big enough for the three of you and Lermy would have to wade through the river next to you.
How deep is the river?
You can definitely ford it, but you will need to make an athletics check first.
Okay, I can do that. That's
Yep, can
actually
athletics
not
check.
true.
No, try it anyway.
There is no.
Maybe before Lermy is
athletics.
just swept away and never seen him again.
Well, the equivalent in this is just making a strength check, so you're actually perfectly
Sure.
fucking fine.
Okay.
The tragic death of Lemmy.
He just drowns at the beginning of the journey. So you
Ah.
make a strength check, it's 25, minus your AC penalty.
Which is some. What have I got? It's like. Oh, God,
It is a check penalty, I think, of 7.
quite
it's still
high.
good. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
7 check penalty, but that's still more than enough. You're able to wade along them with no problems at all.
18.
In fact, yep, that's 18. You're perfectly fine. So you can begin your barge journey. As you dip into the water, Lemmy, if you could make a quick spot check.
Sure. I can spot, I just can't search.
That's fine. Yeah, make a check.
You doing, Thomas?
I may have to retract that previous statement.
You thought you spot. In fact, yeah, the ghoul can go underwater, but the current would carry him away. He's not heavy enough, so you probably want to be on the barge.
I'll just push the barge.
Yep, you can push the barge along as well. That's perfectly fine. It makes it easier for everyone because I was going to make a dex check to pilot it, but since you rolled a decent enough strength, just make a simple dex check.
God, Dex. I'm actually,
No,
not
dex
that
isn't terrible.
undexterous.
It's not terrible. That's perfectly fine. Yeah, you can guide it for them without any problems at all. And you can make even better time, in fact. You failed to spot, however, a corpse until it was too late. The corpse continues to roll down past the river, out of your reach, and heads down with the current.
Man, that would have had useful stuff on it, wouldn't it?
Might have done.
That was the guy who lived in the shack.
Might have
Yep.
done. Yeah, no, you missed the corpse. It goes on by the water. But yeah, and there you have it, guys. It's
Use
the
the
very
hook.
beginning of the adventure. You make your way across the water to the barge, and you end up on, the usual sodden, muddy ground that you would expect next to a river. If you want to take a quick look around,
Sure.
Yes.
You want spot or search or?
spot.
That is. I get to spot. It's a 20 total.
18.
23.
All right, then there's really quite little civilization scattered around you all as you're heading onwards on your way. Although at one point you do notice a caravan approaching. Do you want to do anything about it?
Could flag it down, I guess.
All right, you flag down the caravan, and you see that it's actually being pulled by what appears to be a horse golem. It's a series of gears and, triggers and gems. So it's quite a rich-looking caravan, just if you're judging by the method of transport. Although really, to see a horse golem is nothing absurd in Eberron. It's still a sign of having quite a bit of wealth to your name. As you flag down the caravan, he looks tempted to bolt for a second. If anyone wants to make a quick diplomacy check to, make yourselves look less like
I'll do
thugs.
I look like a thug.
Well, no, but you're also walking around with Lemmy the giant motherfucker.
What the
And
fuck
I go-
is this?
Okay.
Fuck!
I roll 11. As
This is
long.
like
You roll 11. Anyone else?
Oh,
seriously.
wait.
what
Zero
the fuck?
successes.
Seriously, what the fuck?
Yeah!
I don't know what it is.
Wow!
And
Wow! I rolled the natural 20 as well. Me and Greg.
Apparently, you two are just.
I'm adorable!
You just managed to look haplessly adorable. Although the other two could be shifty and he knows not what they're about. The drow and the dragonborn look less offending enough to make up for the fact that the other two appear quite shifty. And the caravan pulls to a halt and he says, "Hail, travellers, where do you come from?"
Deadly silence.
You all came from different locations, but you probably want to say Broken Home. That was the name of the village that you were just in.
That's true. I'd speak up and said we just travelled across the river from Broken Home.
He goes, "Across the river, you say?" And he looks mildly confused for a second. He says, "Okay then, fair enough." Does someone make a kind of insight?
I'll do a sense motive.
Yep, go for it.
I,
That's a 16.
Okay, and you can pressure him for more information.
Pressure and saying, you seem to pause. What, like, you know.
He scratches the back of his neck and he says, well, to be honest, a number of traders and bargemen were sent up towards Brokenhome. Earlier on in this weekend, we heard no news from them at all, and we assumed something had happened, but you say that you just came here from Brokenhome?
As far as we went, the last time when we last left the town, it was fine. Although we did encounter resistance amongst the riverside, which we dealt with.
He scratches his chin and says, Riverside resistance, you say? Okay then, well, I suppose I might head up that way myself. He looks confused for a second, like just wondering where you really truly came from, but he says, so you saw no other barges, no other merchants, nothing like that? Pauses for a second.
I just mentioned that there was a body in the river, but it floated away too fast.
He blinks and says, oh, this is grave tidings indeed, actually, and he looks like he's about to begin turning his caravan around and heading back towards Reckenmark.
I ask him if he is indeed actually heading to Reckenmark.
He nods and says, yes, I'm going to make a stop in Reckenmark. I was considering dropping off to Brokenhome and then continuing off towards the west and heading to deeper cities that way, but this news is kind of unsettling, and he always opts on the side of safety. So he says, yes, instead
can we escort him?
Yeah, I was just saying, can we tag along to Reckenmark?
Yeah, sure. Does anyone make a diplomacy check?
Ronith, go. Go roll a 1.
I believe in you,
I'm
Ronith.
gonna roll a 1 again.
Let me!
No, the diplomacy check is just about good enough that he, in fact, will offer you cash for being bodyguards to him as you continue your journey back down to Reckenmark.
Oh yeah, money.
Oh yeah.
Lermy is best diplomat.
I could take contract work.
Yeah, no, that's perfectly fine, and he nods, and you begin your journey down. Like, it gets dark, but it appears that with you and the caravan, nothing shows itself, nothing wants to make a fight of it, and you make it through the approaching darkness relatively unscathed. Someone might trip on the odd twig and get laughed at by the man on the caravan, but he seems affable enough, and he warms up to the rest of you, even though you appeared so shady in the very beginning. And he asks generally what you're doing heading towards Reckenmark yourselves.
I just say we have business with House Jurassico.
He scratches his chin and says, House Jurassico, you say, and then he does some rummaging and hands over a scroll or some such.
I pass it to our arcane specialist.
When you look inside it, you see that it's actually just written in Halfling, which luckily you do speak Halfling, correct, Ronith?
Yes, I am indeed a halfling.
It's just like a letter, and it seems to be offering deals on their products, and the trader says that he has no need of it, but he says that if you wish to utilize it, then go right ahead, you've done quite well. And that he would like to use as his recompense for, bodyguard work, seeing as nothing actually popped up to fight. Do you accept?
What was it? Sorry,
The scroll itself is essentially like
Coupons.
it's essentially coupons. He says, "Would you accept these?" It's a deal on the products of House Reckenmark, which again I add, their Reckenmark house is a house of healing, and they offer things like potions, so you could get a deal on them. He said, "Would you rather have this instead of some gold payment?" There's nothing actually popped up.
I take gold.
You would prefer to take gold. Okay then.
I don't like the rest of them. Like I'm not speaking for the party there, but like my character will take gold.
All right, everyone make an individual diplomacy check.
Okay.
This is going to be a roll-off.
9.
All right.
Now I get a good roll.
No, that's good.
No
because-
one can beat Ronith. Like that's
Yeah,
just
I
not
was going to
gonna
say,
happen.
like, he wins this contested diplomacy check, and the money is only offered to him to scatter about the party as it goes. Like, he's just really working up a great rapport with this guy.
Wow, 29.
You just completely outshine your fellow companions, and he's just like, yeah, you know what? Actually, it's definitely right of me to hand over some cash, and he gives it over to Ronith under the
But
assumption
only to this
that he is-
guy.
Yeah, and he goes, he just hands it over under the assumption that you're the party's leader, which you may very well be, but
Sometimes.
Lermy is just saying consistently, like, dull. Just straight 15s.
He's consistent. Like, he hasn't stood out now since, but those consistent 50s are
the
really fucking
18?
impressive.
The 18 was me trying to smile. The 15s were just.
And me, I have rolled.
Now the power's with Ronith. Like, he can spread out that cash if he wants to, but you're about to reach Reckenmark.
I have rolled like consistently shit, so he thinks I'm like shady as shit.
which is true. So
Yeah.
You're a drow
Sorry.
ghoul?
Yeah.
Ninja.
Well, no, that's not an
Like-
absurd thing. And again, like, it doesn't fucking matter because you're an Eberron and everyone there is insane. Like, the fact that he's a drow ghoul probably doesn't raise much suspicion. He's just a particularly shady drow ghoul.
By the way, how much gold did we get?
He gives over 100.
Alright.
So you can split it 4 ways, give 25 each. Or you can just hang on to it as party leader and then use it for the good. It's entirely up to you.
Wow, that's...
Yeah, the power, like, I'm giving you guys the permission to be jerks to each other. Like, I think that's what's fun.
I'm gonna keep it for now.
Cool.
Alright, hold on. I'm just gonna money GP. That's right. 100.
I discussed the current economy in merchant slang with the caravanseer.
You're gonna actually have to make a check, though, if you actually want to, talk about economy. Because although you obviously sound like you know how to talk money, you need to actually prove you know what
What
you're
do I
talking
need to roll?
Make an intelligence roll.
Intelligence. Okay.
Oh, fuck.
I'm fine. That's 20.
It's only -8. It's fine.
11. I roll an 11.
You don't really seem to know enough about it, and you make yourself look like kind of a fool as you bring it up. Like, he's aware that you obviously know how to talk like a merchant, but you don't have any knowledge to back it up at this point in time. You don't know anything about the current economy. You just know that...
I've been out of the merchant game for too long.
The guy nods in acceptance. Like, he looks down your attire, and he's kind of accepting of that concept. He could imagine why.
Bastard.
Alright, and so, with that, you all reach Reckenmark unscathed. No second combat seems to erupt. You're perfectly fine.
Excellent.
As you reach the Reckenmark gates, there is a guard there, and he's just sat. He doesn't look exactly scary or anything. The rain has at least stopped. It was definitely still warm and humid, but you're thankful that it has come to a close. The guard is pretty grisly looking. He just sort of raises up his visor and asks what your business is.
I speak up saying we come seeking House Tarasco.
The guard nods slowly. If one of you could roll a diplomacy or an intimidate.
Ronith! Diplomacy, bitch, go!
Yeah!
Man, he
The city's mine.
completely sells it. The guard is just like, oh, of course, yeah, you look like a respectable fellow. You warm him up, and he nods and allows you to permit. He doesn't seem to try and squeeze you for gold or do anything of the sort. You basically did so well that you got through another encounter without any recompense.
Hooray! We're good at diplomacy.
You're good at diplomacy. Don't worry, not many opportunities for that coming up.
God damn it!
Enjoy it while it lasts. So you make it into the town. I don't know if there's a streetwise skill equivalent in
Yeah, knowledge streetwise is a thing indeed.
knowledge streetwise. Does anyone have knowledge streetwise?
I have +2 in general, int, so...
Well, yeah, no, everyone has an int stat, but does anyone have a particular skill for streetwise?
I don't.
No.
I have nothing in knowledge.
I probably should, but like I just don't. Have
You
the
really,
skill
really
points.
should.
I have fucking like, I just need so many skills on this
I
character.
know, right? Okay then, so if you're looking around and you're going to inns and taverns looking for the locations of House Tarasco, it's not hard to locate them, but people who mention it say that you'll probably, need some help getting inside their inner sanctum. You, of course, are aware that you have these tattoos with their strange insignias on them, but you don't reveal this kind of information, presumably.
I guess I'm wearing gloves then.
Well, no, but you don't talk about them. Anyone could have those tattoos, but you're not going to say, like, what
I have them on my face, so...
Yours are...
Yeah.
No, yours... They definitely said they're going to be around your arms, but...
Well, okay. It's on my wrist, then.
Okay. And Ronith was just on your arm, wasn't it?
Yeah, I only have it on my arm. Like, on
Okay,
the
that's
shoulder.
cool.
Lemmy!
Lemmy doesn't have them, he doesn't need them. It's perfectly fine for him.
It's
So
okay.
you can make your way towards House Tarasco. I mean, between your group and with the diplomacy and not having to fight a guard to get in, it's not hard to make yourself approachable.
Sure.
So you make it up to House Tarasco, and it's at that I'm going to bring this encounter to an end.
Okay, that sounds good.
Because I'll need to make more preparation for the actual insides of House Tarasco, but as it stands, you guys did really, really well with your first fight.
We did.
Hooray for us!
I
Diplomacy will be-
almost expected someone to get completely knocked down. Also, your journey with the caravan counted as an extra rest. So you guys, I'm gonna let you guys just be full health by this point because you can meander in the town.
By the way,
Yeah, I'm full health from not taking any damage.
what are we gonna call this wand that we picked up?
It's
useless.
a useless
Broken.
destroyed wand. You can just call it just an exploding wand, like it was a suicide.
I would call it a piece of shit.
Yeah. Like, you used it for identification, and again, it could come in handy as some kind of evidence, so you probably want to hang on to it, but it has no uses.
Wand.
Yeah, just put in destroyed lich wand. There you go. And then you can remember that. And then I also will be able to remember that there's a lich marking on it, so I might forget that myself. Although I've written it, I might just scroll down and forget.
By the way, Dan, I don't know, suppose you noticed what I put as my possessions since I was in a rush.
I did not. Let's take a gander here quickly. Possessions, adventure shit. Yeah, that sounds about right. It's like an adventures kit, but it's an adventure shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, there we have it. So you guys did really well. You traveled, you didn't get into any extra scraps, and you didn't lose any points of health fighting the guard. Like, I wouldn't have made you fight those extra, like, nonsense fights. I probably would have made you do rolls and then deduct health points accordingly. You managed to get through the encounters perfectly fine. You were completely rested thanks to it, and your success as well. So you'll be able to take on the next encounter completely fresh.
Excellent.
Which, again, is my preference. I don't like people going into other fights after, like, still not recovering. It's a pet peeve of mine.
I need so many skill points.
I regained my 1 HP from picking up the metal jaw.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And thus a lesson was never
Points.
learned.
Yep. Yeah. Don't worry, I mean, the jaw is still just in his bag. Maybe he'll jab his hand when he reaches into it or something. Like, ah, pointy!
Ah, fire, bad, fire!
I throw the jaw.
But there you go. Well done, guys. Thank you very much for playing.
That was fun.
Aw,
Indeed.
Next session next Sunday.
I could certainly make it so. Yeah, there'll be a couple of... by that point, I'll have prepared extra maps instead. Like, there's going to be getting through House Jurassico. I'm telling you right now, there's going to be a trip on the lightning rails. Like, the witch hinted at as much, and I actually forgot to mention that part. So I apologize and we'll retcon that moment and say that she said that probably from Reckenmark you'll be traveling by lightning rail to the bigger towns.
Yay, lightning rail.
It's really cool. There's even Ogre Dragonborn sized stuff.
Yay. I can
New
do things.
Area 11 music.
Yeah, I know, it's pretty great.
Cool.
Alright, pretty decent.